Hi and welcome back to my channel, you cute little bunny hoppers. Today I am making a free pattern that I found on Mood Fabrics. They just came out with it and I had to make it immediately. And I used a stretchy cherry print fabric, which was pretty cute and kind of matches my new hair. And yeah, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so after I taped and cut my pattern, I laid it out on my fabric and I started cutting it. I cut everything just normal. I actually like to add more hem always when I cut something, and that was actually good, otherwise it would have been quite short. And when I was cutting out the sleeve, I realized I would like to have a long sleeve jacket type of thing. So I just elongated that right then and there. Starting with the top, you only need these 4 pieces, 2 straps, a front and a back piece. You're gonna sew all of them right sides together. You're gonna make a little tunnel with the straps. I used my overlocker for most of this, but I also used a stretch stitch on my regular machine and that worked really well too. After sewing the straps, I turned them inside out using a safety pin. Even though this is stretch fabric, I still like to give it an iron and good press to make sure everything of the seams do lay flat and nice. I turned over the upper hem, I guess, of the top all the way around, and I sewed it with a twin needle. If you want to use that, make sure your machine has a setting for it. I think that's the only way it works. The one I have is this one, and it works pretty good. It's not perfect, actually. I just go all the way around on my top, making sure it looks decent. Yep. I also press these so they look a little bit more crisp, and this is what it looks like after. Here I am looking at the gathering. I have marked the place where it will go and I have put down some gathering stitches, and now I'm just pulling on one of the threads and making sure it looks good. And when it looks good, I flip it and I cannot tie it so it will stay in place. And then I'm actually going to sew a piece of elastic over it so it's secure and proper. I also tucked on the elastic a little bit so it will be a little bit more snug. So yeah. After that, you just want to place your straps. I always do that with my bra thing on, so they will cover it perfectly. And I get my mom to do the back of the straps too. I just sew them down with 2 straight stitches right over that twin needle stitch. Onto the cardigan, or whatever the heck that is. First thing I'm doing is gathering the upper front part so it can match with the lower front part. I actually used 2 gathering stitches for this one, and I did sew these together with my regular machine. I just gather it and I place them on top of each other. I pin them down and I make sure to sew right in between the 2 gathering stitches for a perfect result. After that, I will match the shoulder seams. I will not sew the side seams yet because I am actually gonna sew in the sleeves first. This is actually way easier, and that's why I always do it this way. I match the top of the sleeve with the shoulder seam and I pin it all the way around. This one I sewed with the overlocker again. It just seemed like the right choice. After that, all that's left is closing up the underarm seam and the side seam, and also making the button placket. I'm just using this handy dandy interfacing tape I have here, and I'm cutting it to size, and I'm gonna iron that down real quick. After ironing it, I fold it over just once, and I actually use a regular straight stitch to tack it down. This isn't the place that needs to be stretched, usually. After that, I also fold over the entire neckline and the hem to make them look nice and pretty. I also used a twin needle. After that, I also added some buttonholes and these cute vintage buttons that my grandma had. And yeah, we're like basically done. Alright, for the sleeves, I actually did not hem them at all. And I also didn't hem the bottom of the top, which you're gonna see like right now. So let's see that. Here it is. It is actually very comfortable. I had to take in the sides just a tad because it was a little bit too big. But as you can see, I didn't hem the bottom. And here is the cardigan. I chose to leave a little gap at the center front. You could also just add another button there to close it up fully, just like that. Obviously, the best look is a combo of both of them. They're super matchy-matchy. And they're just very comfortable. Obviously, you can make the sleeves any length you would like, just like I did. And yeah. Shout out to Mood Fabrics. Love the pattern. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, follow me on Instagram, and I see y'all later. Bye!